Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am talking about Pluto returns and the implications for America. And so, this is a 248-year revolution, and that is happening now, again. So, most people really do not have any idea that we are living through one of the most powerful astrological alignments in modern history. And so this is a 248-year cycle, which has returned. And so with it, the ghost of 1776 is rising. Right now, it is impacting us the same way it did in America during the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Pluto has returned to the exact same sign and placement as it was during our founding fathers' signing of the Declaration of Independence. So, this is not in tropical astrology, but in true sidereal astrology. So that is the true to the stars astrology, which is where the stars are placed right now, today, where you can look up at the sky with a map and see exactly what constellation is where in current time. Tropical astrology is actually going off of a different star map from the earlier times. And so, what is exciting about this placement of Pluto coming back around is right now it's in the sign of Capricorn. And this was tipping at the tipping point during this full moon, which we just had on yesterday. So that was July 11th. The full moon was in Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. So that was all about bringing forth what needs to be seen, what needs to be exposed, so we can transmute it. That transmutation force, the shedding of the old. And while that Pluto has gone back into the same sign it was during the Declaration of Independence signing is Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of government, control, and top-down hierarchies. And so in 1776, Pluto in Capricorn did spark a revolution. Now, that revolution was against the foreign crown and its banking empire. So our people back then knew the same thing we're knowing today. The more realizations we're having today that our entire government system is controlled by a group of special interest bankers. It's a banking cartel. It is the New World Order. They have been doing this throughout history. It goes all the way back to the Phoenicians, Roman times. It is a cycle that keeps happening, and they have this dialed, but they have been planning this New World Order for a very long time. And so right now, we're going to repeat history in the terms of the Civil War that they've been prepping us for, because it is the people who are awake, who are opposed, the patriots who want to save America, and the people who are still asleep, who believe that the banking empire, the government, all is, communism is all for their best, their highest good. They took the pill. They believe the the lies of the government. And so there's this clash, the splitting of America again, just like in our history. And so today Pluto returns not to fight redcoats, but it's to dismantle an even darker empire. So it is the same empire, but it has grown tremendously darker with the rise of the tech world, the technocrats being involved. And so the implications again are much dire. It is fighting for your soul. And so this is the globalist technocracy, the central banking system, false law, as well as artificial authority. And this is not a metaphor. This is Pluto returning. Um, it's the nation's death and rebirth that we're witnessing firsthand in the now. And so it is a cycle of exposure, collapse, and that is transformation. So it only happens once every 248 years. So this is literally 1776 versus 2024. Last year was when in sidereal astrology, Pluto entered into the same placements it was during the signing of Declaration of Independence. So in 1776, we declared independence on paper, but in 2024, we're called to claim it in spirit. So this is a little bit of a different. We have to do more and almost less tangible. There's still a lot of physical paper steps that you can take as well to truly claim your independence, your sovereignty. Again, this is something I will be teaching here shortly. But this is your independence, not just from one king, but from a network of global powers that have fed on all of our energy, all of our labor, our debt, and our consent for way too long. So Pluto is the underworld. It is the destroyer of illusion, the awakener of truth. And as this moves through Capricorn for the next 13 years, every corrupted institution will be revealed. Just remember, there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. So, in time, especially with the astrology mixing it all up, it all must come to light. And so every soul that is called to sovereignty will be tested. We're going to see our governments fail. We're going to see governments failing all over, markets crashing, and new systems rising. And so we're going to see people remembering. This is where the key, remembering who they are, why they came here, and what it means to live by natural law again. So, this is not the end of America. I want to reiterate that. It's the rebirth of the real republic. And this is the one that is going to be seated by divine design. It was hijacked by empire, and the empire is trying to strike back. But we, the awakened ones, are the Jedi Masters. We are using the force to dismay that or dismantle that. So you were born for this time. You really have been training for lifetimes. You've been experiencing the cycles through lifetimes so that you could come here to fight and get it right this time as a collective. So we don't have to continue to perpetuate this cycle and go through it time and time again. Now, this is the time to break the contracts, to reclaim your inheritance, to walk with courage through the fire as the old world dies and the new earth rises. And this is Pluto. Pluto is helping us to bring this about. So Pluto's returned. The revolution is now. You are living it. It has started. Feel it heavily since last year. Last year was pretty much the tipping point in sidereal astrology. So for the next 13 years, it's moving through Capricorn. And remember that sovereignty is not just a right, but it is a frequency. So when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. That's a quote from Thomas Jefferson. And it is very important to grasp that quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. So this is similar to, righteous anger that Yeshua, the embodied awakened master, people called Jesus, he had the same thing to call out the money changers and the animal slaughterers who use sacrificial animals, blood sacrifices. And he stood up for what is right. So, again, resistance and non-compliance is your highest form of active, what's the word? It's action, but there's a word. Can't even think of it. So, I hope you had fun on this journey with me. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.